Lent, week 2. I have something here, guys, for you to just think about. This is pretty cool when you really dig right into it. This is the Catechism of the Catholic Church, the official summary and sort of compendium of all the teachings of the Church, which is funny because there is a compendium of the Catechism, which is kind of a compendium of a compendium, really. But anyways, this is right out of the Catechism, paragraph 1095, talking about the liturgical year. So of course we're in the season of Lent, and right here it's interesting, it's talking about why we celebrate these seasons, and it says that in these seasons, and above all in the Easter Vigil, so we're moving through Lent towards Easter, of course, it says the Church the Church rereads and relives the great events of salvation history in the today of her liturgy. So there's so much packed into that, and I think it's so cool, and I keep trying to understand this better myself as I continue to grow in faith. This is an amazing idea that is really tied to our roots in the Jewish tradition. If you've ever been to a Passover meal, a Passover Seder, where you gather together and you commemorate the Israelites' freedom from Egypt, of God setting them free from the reign of Pharaoh and their years of slavery in Egypt, there's this amazing idea and notion within that it's not just like we're sitting around just remembering something that happened a long time ago. Hey, it's great that God did that for our ancestors. There's a notion of representing or experiencing anew that one reality of that Exodus. That we are here and now part of that Exodus, that we are the custodians of it. It becomes alive once more in our practicing this very celebration that God told us to do. So that is the root of the Christian notion of how in the liturgy we sort of represent Jesus himself, in his body, the church, most especially in the celebration of the Eucharist. So it's not a re-crucifixion of Jesus, it's not just a symbol, it's not just a remembrance, a memory, but it is a very dramatic and powerful, and again, not just reenactment either, a very powerful and very real representation of that one event. So it's so amazing when you think about that, and it really connects with a lot of other things we do too in our faith. So as you continue through Lent, remember, it's not just you suffering through whatever you're trying to do, whatever the thing you've given up for Lent is, or the challenge you've taken on. You're not alone in it, and you're not alone only because other people are doing that as well. You're not alone because the suffering that you're choosing to experience, to take on, to sort of, experience that yourself a little bit, is very much so a sharing in Christ's own suffering, Christ's own sacrifice, that you are truly taking up your cross with him, his cross. You're part of that with him, and that he mysteriously draws us into that experience of his own suffering. And as we near Easter, the experience of his death, so that we can be with him as well in the experience of his resurrection. So, hope Lent's going well for you. Stay tuned next week. I'll have another video for you, just encouragement along the way, because we're all in this together. God bless.